Hello everyone. Good morning. It's me, Whimsy. How is everybody? I just woke up. I am having my coffee. So if everybody else wants to grab a cup of coffee, we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about last night's meditation. I'm thinking I should do it this way from now on, where I just wake up, I throw on a sweater, don't even bother with the makeup, make myself a cup of coffee. Everybody can see what Whimsy looks like when she just goes a la natural. And we can have a conversation about my meditation. So it was an interesting meditation last night. For those people who are just tuning into this channel, this is a channel that does a little bit of tarot card readings, meditation, and we also really love Carl Jung and studying the collective consciousness and seeing if in the meditative state we can begin to sense or feel the thoughts of other people. And also in the dream state, we also record our dreams. We'll be doing a little bit of that in the future. So today we're going to talk about the meditation I did last night. We do a heart-centered meditation. I know people have been asking about what technique I use. I use the heart-centered meditation. So what you would do is get yourself in a very relaxed state. Close your eyes, breathe in a steady, calm way. And then we imagine bringing white light, pink light as well if you like, up from the earth to the solar plexus. And then we imagine white light, pink light coming down from the sky, or Father Sky, Mother Earth. And that also comes down and joins the solar plexus. And then in the solar plexus and the heart, this energy is expanded to self-love and then love to the rest of the world. And then from a place of empathy, we attempt to feel or sense or invite others into the space, and then we ask questions. So last night I did my meditation and Roger Stone came in again. And that was kind of interesting because I really had said in the previous remote, like, I don't really find him all that interesting. But he came back again, and this was very, very different. Because what I really love about doing these types of meditations is that I really feel like I get to know people. I really feel like, man, I got to know you. I really got to know you. Now, of all the people that I have meditated and done this technique and tried to connect with, I would say Roger Stone is one of the most. He and Lindsey Graham are both very, very complicated in the sense that, like Lindsey Graham, he presents more as female than male energetically. When you're really in Roger Stone's energy, other people who are doing meditation or remote viewing, just let me know if you're getting the same thing. But I feel that he's more a female energy than a male energy. And then he told me a very strange story about how it's almost like everything is an act, everything is a performance for Roger Stone, and he may not even really be an arch conservative. It's a bizarre mind that I don't entirely understand what the point is. It's almost as if when he was very, very young, he decided to do some type of performance art where he began to study the arch conservative, and then he began to perform as the arch conservative. He reminds me of like a drag queen kind of energy, where he takes a character and then he really, like a drag queen, he will really amplify the character and make fun of the character, and that's kind of the energy I got from Roger Stone, because I live in West Hollywood and I have friends in West Hollywood that are drag queens for a living. So I thought, God, Mr. Stone, you remind me of my friends who are drag queens. Like, he's just very bombastic and theatrical and funny and humorous, and it's almost like he studied the arch conservative male. Maybe he even found guys in military a little bit attractive, like, oh, that's kind of an attractive character. And then he began to study them and perform them, and then it became it's almost like he doesn't even take it seriously. I don't think there's a real disconnect. Now people will argue and say, no, Whimsy, this is what he truly believes. I think the pathology of this type of arch conservative who's secretly something else is a very complicated form of pathology that I don't entirely understand. But it's almost as if nothing is real. It's all pretend, and he's just playing a character. That is the best way to describe it in terms of what I felt. He's also unbelievably bombastic to a point that I think that it's going to be very difficult for Robert Mueller to work with him, in the sense that he's constantly talking in the energetic state about everything that he has achieved, everything that he has done. Not only is he confessing to everything, which it looks like he's going to confess to everything, he's going to completely roll over on Mueller. And the reason he's going to roll over on Mueller is because Mueller has all this dirt about who Roger Stone really is, all the illegal financial dealings, the fake persona, phone conversations, phone records with foreign actors probably, but just phone conversations in general that he should not be having. All of that the special counsel has. So, and some of that stuff probably got handed over to the state of New York in terms of illegal dealings in New York. So Stone is in a tremendous amount of trouble. And the persona that he's not going to say anything, he's not going to talk to anybody, and using it like a piece of performance art where he's doing these funny little videos about how I dress for court. That is exactly the person that I tuned into last night. Unfortunately, the reality of the situation is that he's in a lot of legal trouble, and so he's, as one of our viewers said, he's going to flip like a pancake. And that's right, he's going to flip like a pancake. But here's the problem. He's so bombastic. Hi, Mila. My cat wants to say hi. Hello. He's so bombastic that when somebody's confessing to everything, how reliable is their confession? Like when I was asking in the meditative state, what is he responsible for? He was so bombastic that he said, well, I'm responsible for it all. I did it all. I created this. This was all created by me. I took a reality TV star, and it was my idea to turn him into a presidential candidate. And from there, I transformed him into the president. Like, it was all me. I did it all. I created it all. I came up with the idea. I conceived it. In plainer words, he's confessing to everything. And so that makes him a really unreliable narrator. It's a I don't even know how to interpret what, there she is. I don't even know how to interpret Stone's personality, other than, I don't know much about this guy. So if anybody who's watching this who actually knows something about Roger Stone can she just really has to say hello when she sees me talking to you guys. I don't know if anybody else knows anything about Roger Stone, but that was my meditation last night. He just admitted to everything. He was bragging. He was talking about how he was the one responsible for all of it, that he's amazing, and the guy, just like Trump, needs to be on the stage performing. And gosh only knows what those two did, what trouble they got into when they were hanging out together. But I'm sure Mueller knows all about that. So that was last night's meditation. Yeah, and that's why Stone is going to flip, because whatever those two naughty boys were up to over the last gosh knows how many years, it's a lot, and some of it's probably going to get handed over to the state. Somebody had asked if I could do something on the economy for 2019. They're worried about a stock market crash. I can very much, yeah, I'd very much like to look at that. I've already done a video on Brexit. It looked like Brexit was collapsing. I know other people have said Brexit is going to happen. If Brexit goes through, it's very, very light. I did not see a successful Brexit. All right, I'm just going to look at the economy again for 2019 to see if there's going to be a crash. I know Linda Comanche thinks it's not going to be too bad. I don't know. I think it's, you know, let's take a look. All right. How is the economy for 2019? Let's take a look. Foolish people, base card. Fool, foolish with authority. Foolish with authority. Foolish authority, people in positions of power who are tyrannical, foolish. Grief, retaining, overcoming grief. Loss of savings or IRA, the Roth IRA, loss of your Roth IRA or loss of your savings, inverted grief. This is where people are at right now. What is above them? Let me see if I can pull this back. Communication, loss of wages, inverted Ten of Pentacles, loss of inheritance. This is not good. Loss of inheritance also coming up on the environment if people don't begin to start putting attention towards the environment. Hanging it up. This is not a good year to invest in the stock market. The end. Action, reaction. Yeah, don't put money in the stock market this year, maybe. I can't tell people what to do because, you know, I'm not a stockbroker, but it looks like it might not be going anywhere this year. Getting out of jail, getting out of constriction, what's around you, inability to get projects started, hopes and fears, grief, putting things behind, charity, benevolence, return. It looks like a crash with some kind of assistance from the government or some kind of an attempt to make things right, either a bailout or something like that. This is not good. It looks, let me talk about it. You know, we could potentially find ourselves in another recession with another bailout with cards like this. Just because the Six of Pentacles comes in as benevolence or assistance, but there's an ending or a crash that happens beforehand. I don't like the cards. Either you have a stalemate where with an inverted Knight of Pentacles where things don't even go forward, or there's a break, or a stagnant. If you get a stagnant economy, that would explain these cards. The fact that there's a final outcome, Six of Pentacles, might indicate a bailout. Inverted Hierophant, also not good. It means a lack, possibly, with an inverted Emperor as the base. I would be concerned about a lack of leadership. You know, that nobody knows what's going on. Now, in last night's meditation, something else came up and that I wanted to have a brief conversation about, and that had to do with water protectors and whether or not anybody who watches this channel was involved in water protection and water conservation and preservation. And it's becoming a really, really, really big issue that people cannot get to the water. So last night during the meditation, I saw parts of Africa where thugs and criminals are blocking access to water sources, to the rivers, to the streams, to the wells so that people cannot get the water. And if they don't pay money to the criminals, to the warlords, they can't get the water. So what's happening is that people are desperate in Africa to get water. They don't have the money to pay for the water. And if they go to the well or if they go to the stream, they can be attacked by criminals, or they will have to give money to the criminals to take the water. So there's a real desperate situation happening. The waters are receding and criminals are holding on to the water source, the riverbeds, etc. So if anyone knows of any organizations that build wells in Africa or help improve water conservation in Africa, please let me know so that we can start donating. And also, if the people here can start donating and just be involved in water conservation in Africa. It's become a very desperate situation, and I was asked to, Spirit asked me to talk about it today. So please, 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 if you are looking for charities, if you are wanting to donate to something, please donate to water conservation, and also accessible water supplies for people in areas where they can't currently get water. And Africa could really need help. Really needs our help right now. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. There's still openings next week if people are trying to get in for tarot readings. Thanks for the support, everybody. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.